I got this one with the front-end loader disconnected. I get this one from the car, and this one doesn't want to cooperate. Wow, you should see the dirt inside that. That's what a single acting cylinder is looking like, filled with air. So the half-inch bolt I did remove is not to hold the bucket itself, is to retain the pin. So for safety, it's leaning against the stairway. It's attached at the top. It cannot come back, and it cannot slide from the bottom because it's also attached to the shelf, and believe me, the shelf is really sturdy. So next thing, I'm going outside. I'm going to remove the back attachment and come back in reverse. So this nut is turning free. There's no way to get a grip on it. I reuse the same bolts, 55 years old bolts. So as you can see, there's a bump in the bottom of the oil pan. It's been bumped, I don't know how, either when. It's not likely to be original. And the problem is that I'm draining there, but there's still a quantity of oil there, about this amount. And I suspect there's a lot of sludge there, because each and every time I change the oil, it doesn't take long before it gets really black. So this is not the original cap. I did a new cap because the old one was broken. Next, I'm going to remove the oil pan. Okay, it's loose now. Good. So it's not as bad as I thought. There's some sludge. There's gray sludge there. Not much sludge at the back, only the front. Gray sludge. This is a very, very, very sticky sludge. and it is magnetic. Got this stuff at the Home Depot. Let's give it a try. I got this bottle from Princess Auto. It's aluminum split in half. So you fill the bottom of the bottle with whatever you want, lubricant, solvent. It could be also, in my case, a soap, the greaser actually. And you have different kind of nozzle. And the beauty of that is you can fill it with compressed air up to 120 psi. Yep. Good. Good. Now the oil pan is clean. As you can see, there's a bump. I don't know what the previous owner did. It was like this like 15 years ago when I bought the tractor. It got seriously bumped. And as you can see, it's not perfectly straight, but actually tightening make it straight. So it's not too bad. So I give you a quick view of what the bump is. Maybe you can see it. So it could be possible that it's missing almost a quart, could be here. That could explain sometime I got some smoking oil from the venting of the valve cover. Maybe it was simply out of oil, or maybe near to be out of oil. Anyways, I've been running that tractor for 15 years like this. I'm going to straighten this, try to make it straight as most as possible. So you can see it's coming out this way, this way. I think this should be straight from there to there. Just clearly half of an inch there. So now how to make it? It's not going to make it because it tends to, I don't know how to explain that, but it's, you have to deform a lot to go back into its position. Looks like a press would have been useful in that situation. So what I'm going to do is to shim between there and there to make sure that this cap is not going to pop up. I don't want this to take all the load. So I have to shim a little bit under. Now this is moment of truth. Not too bad. Due to the distance between the holes and from the ends, it's obvious the orientation is going to be. So by the way, this is a retrofit I did many years ago. The cap was pretty much loose inside, so the screw, let's say so. I had to redo it. I just redo yesterday the seat so that this surface and the other surface goes perfectly parallel. The only thing I will be remaining to do is make a new gasket there. The good thing about this, it's not turning freely, so I'm not going to lose that bolt. Okay. You want to make quick holes. Okay, next. So basically, I go the width of the ruler. I should be fine. I might just get a little bit more than that. I have to go sideways for the last bolt. I'm using a 13 millimeter to be able to drive it a little bit sideways. I'm not going to tighten it with the 13. I'm able to get the loose. Okay. 30-pound foot. So you might wonder why I'm not going in every direction. It's not an engine head, it's not made of cast iron, it's still flexible. So what I'm tightening here doesn't have anything to do with what's going on the other side. You see the oil pan that was not perfectly straight, and with little pressure can straighten easily. That's it. I might do some GB weld there because there was a really deep rust spot. I don't know when it happened, because I would suggest it was in the early decades, before the oil pan start to leak, and do some rust protection against the oil pan. But it's really deep, it's really far, it's really close to be a puncture. I changed the pressure oil gauge because the old one was not working. I keep it hydraulic as initially, so that means this is a copper pipe sending the pressure down to the gauge, as opposed to having the pressure transducer there with an electrical wire. Now this is a small pipe. Only thing I have to say is, when removing the old pipe, it's better to purge a little bit of that oil with the engine running. Beware, because there's some pressure, obviously. I did see some really old oil coming out of this. I have no regrets to have lost a quart of oil out of this plug. It was really dirty. Now it's working properly. This is the assembly upside down.